Today I'm going to discuss the process of purchasing a home and the steps that we take, you and I, as a team to find you that perfect home. Before we get started, my name is James Roffel with Royal DuPage Kelowna. I service the Okanagan area, so if you'd like to get a hold of me or book an appointment, my phone number and email there is on the screen. You can call, text, email me at any time. I'm also part of the Reuter Kotler real estate team with Daryl and Dave. All right, so let's get started here. So step number one, before meeting with me or your realtor, get pre-approved from your mortgage specialist or your bank or your mortgage broker. Get that number on paper just so we know exactly what we're looking for. We don't want to go out and look at a bunch of homes that are out of your price range. So get that pre-approval from your bank before coming to see me or your realtor, and then we can get started. All right, so this is today's agenda. Typically, if you were to meet with me in person, this is the actual buyer's presentation that I use. So typically the meeting's about 10 to 15 minutes long, or a little longer if we're going back and forth with questions. It'll be shorter today just because it's just me talking. This is today's agenda though. Understanding your needs and goals, our one-stop shopping service, the additional costs that go into purchasing a home, the buying process itself, which I'll probably do another video on that just separately, and our commitment to each other and the follow-up service that I provide. All right, so step number one, understanding your needs and wants. So this is where I would ask you a series of questions relating to your home purchase. So what type of property are you looking for? Condo, townhouse, single family home, maybe an investment property, that sort of thing. What are the minimum number of bedrooms and bathrooms you're looking for? Does the building or stratified neighborhood have to be pet friendly? What area of town do you want to be in, or maybe you don't want to be in a certain area of town? Does it have to be close to schools, shopping, etc.? Fixer-upper or turnkey? What type of property do you want? Do you want something you want to work on that you want to flip? Or are you looking for something more turnkey that you can just move in and start living? Next would be the price range. What price range are you looking in? That goes back to that pre-approval. Sometimes you get pre-approved for way more than what you would actually be comfortable paying for, so you got to take that into consideration as well. So we'll discuss what your price range, and then we'll filter our search based on that as well. And deal breakers. So are there any deal breakers? Do you need a garage? Do you not want to be on the first floor of a condo building, say for safety or something like that? So we'll talk about the deal breakers. And what are your future goals? So what I mean by this is we don't want to buy, say you're looking for a one-bedroom condo, but you plan on having a family in the next year or two. Do you actually want to be in a one-bedroom condo with a baby? So maybe you need an extra room, where the baby can have its own room or that sort of thing. That's just my example, but we'll discuss your future goals as well. All right, so step number two is my one-stop shopping service. So this is where we're going to actually look at listings today. We're not going to physically go out and look at properties, but we're going to look at them on the back end of Realtor.ca. So that is where our matrix system comes into play. So this is the back end of Realtor.ca. This is the program we use to find you properties. So we'll sit down, we'll go through the different areas, your price range, again, just all the things I mentioned there, your needs and wants. We'll punch all that in and it'll come up with properties and hopefully your next home. So the nice thing about working with a realtor is we do have access to this system. This isn't publicly available. Obviously Realtor.ca is, but this back end isn't available. And you see where there it says 72 hours. So sometimes the listings are available up to 72 hours before they actually hit Realtor.ca. And only licensed realtors are able to access this back end of Realtor.ca. So we'll go through that together and we'll hopefully find your next home. Next, we're looking at costs. In addition to the down payment are the actual costs that go into purchasing a home. So my services, as a buyer, my services are free. We could argue that, you're paying the seller and then the seller pays us. It's kind of a backwards way of paying me, but that's how it works in real estate. So if you're working with me as a buyer, my services are free. So you won't get a bill in the mail. You know, if you move in, you won't get a bill in the mail or anything. My services, again, are free. And next we have the property transfer tax. So this is a tax based on transferring the property from one party to the next, and it's something we have to pay here in British Columbia. And if you are a first-time home buyer, there are rebates for those as well, or first-time home buyers, first-time home buyer programs for those, and so where you can get money off, so saving yourself essentially thousands of dollars, hopefully. Another fee or cost is the property inspection. That can run you anywhere between, depending on the property you purchase, I would bank for around $500 at least. Fire insurance, so whether if you're purchasing a single family home, you'll need fire insurance, and in a condo building, you'll need property insurance as well. The building has insurance through your strata fees, but your property does not have insurance. So even if you're renting, actually, you should have insurance for your property as well. It's really cheap. So I would bank on at least $100 a month for that as well, just so you have a good idea of the costs going forward. And next we have the lawyer and notary fees. I would pocket probably, on the safe side, have $2,500 set aside for any lawyer or notary fees. Sometimes they're lower, like $1,000, $1,500, but I would have at least $2,000, $2,500 just set aside just for the lawyer and notary fees. And that's where the property transfer tax are done, and any property like tax adjustments, strata fee adjustments, all that's done through the lawyer as well. Just so you are aware, you don't have to pay like 10 different people. Everything's done through the lawyer for fees. The reason I go through the costs and stuff is just so there's no surprises when it comes to, meeting with the lawyer and saying, oh, you owe this now. It's not just your down payment, so it's not just the 5, 10, 20% that you have saved. I would save an additional maybe a couple percent based on the purchase price. Have that set aside as well, just so you have enough money saved up, and there's no cost. You don't have to throw 10 grand on a credit card or anything like that. All right, so next is the buying process. So after we find you your perfect home, we've gone out, we've, hopefully it didn't go to more than 50 places, and we find you that perfect home. What are the next steps in purchasing that home? So in a nutshell, this is what happens. So we find you that perfect home. Now we get all the paperwork. There's a lot of paperwork that goes along with purchasing a home, not just the contract. There's a bunch of other paperwork that I can go through in another video, but this is pretty much it here. So we write up the offer. So we write the contract. We negotiate the price. You and the seller agree on a price, and then that offer gets accepted. Now what? So in that offer are what are called terms and conditions, or subjects. You'll probably heard the term subject removal before. Typically for subject removal, this is around 2 weeks, and the subjects can include property inspection. So you want to get the home inspected. You want to make sure your finances is in order, again, through that mortgage broker, mortgage specialist. You want to make sure you can get insurance on the property. You've met or at least got in contact with a lawyer or notary saying, I am purchasing this home. And during this process, I can help you through that process. So if you need a lawyer, you need an insurance person, you need a property inspector, I'm with you 100% through that process. You don't have to worry about me just saying, oh, just call these people. I will be in contact with all of them at the same time, just to make sure that everything will be finished, and make sure everything is good to go for the subject removal. Lastly there, I just have obtained documents from sellers. So especially if you're in a stratified neighborhood, we want to get all the strata documents, the minutes from the last couple years, the form, what's called a Form B, and that sort of thing. Just a lot of documents that we'd have to get. But again, I'm with you every step of the way. You don't have to worry, but you're not alone in this buying process. I'm with you. All right, so this is one of the last things here is our commitment. So this is our commitment to one another, as you as the buyer and myself as the real estate agent. We're going to be spending a lot of time together, hopefully building a loyal relationship as well, and myself providing hopefully the best service you've ever had in a real estate transaction. So for this commitment, we have what's called the buyer's exclusive agency or buyer's agency exclusive contract. So this says that I'm going to be doing all I can for you, the best I can do to find you that perfect home. And on your end, you're going to say, okay, James, you're going to be our agent. This piece of paper says so. And by signing that and say, if you aren't satisfied, which you will be, but if you're not satisfied for whatever reason, we do have a 100% satisfaction guarantee. I'll just read it here. It's out in the open. I guarantee that you'll be satisfied with the service you receive at any time. If at any time during our relationship I'm not representing your best interests, you may notify me or my office in writing, and your contract will be canceled. So that is my commitment to you and your commitment to me. So you're telling me I can go out and find you the best property possible for you. All right, so last but not least is my follow-up service. So this is what takes place after the sale. So within the first 24 hours, 1 week, and a month, I'll follow up with you just to make sure that the property is as expected and how things are going. And if you had any questions or concerns within that first month. And then after that, going forward, I won't inundate you with a million things, but I will keep in touch just to see, hey, how things are going, how's the family, and that sort of thing. Maybe drop off gifts during Christmas and birthdays, and just saying, again, thank you very much for working with me, and hopefully we can work again in the future. So that's pretty much it for what you would see from me during the buying process. This is very, I went through that very quick. But obviously, if we're going back and forth and you're meeting with me in person, it would go a lot smoother for sure. So are you ready to get started? If you are, again, my name is James Roffel. Just go to the back, top here. James Roffel, that's my phone number, my email. Again, I'm with Royal LePage in Kelowna, servicing the Okanagan. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have questions or anything, again, my phone number, email are there, or you can drop a comment down below. Really appreciate it. If you could drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you like this sort of content or you want to see more. And I do post content on Kelowna as well. You'll see those in other videos. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Have a great day.